Chapter 11 Tang 3's soul ring is gone. You are listening at novelfull.audio. At the entrance of the soul-hunting forest, they saw that the visitors were Su Chongqing and Su Mu. The guards of the Wuhun palace did not check the so-called tokens and chose to let them go directly. As the dean of the college, and with a child in tow, these guards naturally understood their intentions. Moreover, in Nodding City, Su Chongqing was ranked as the third most powerful figure after the city lord and the martial soul hall master. How could such a big shot come here to do poaching? Su Chongqing briefly exchanged greetings with their guard captain and led them into the forest. Dark gold earth dragon, subdragon soul beast. The moment he stepped into the forest, the system panel immediately appeared in Qitian's mind. Moreover, when he looked deep into the forest, he could clearly see a red mark. Is that where the dark gold earth dragon is? However, Su Chongqing did not lead Qitian there. Last night, he and Director Su studied all night and found several soul beasts suitable for Qitian. At this time, he was preparing to take Qitian to the location of one of the soul beasts. How can I say it so that it's not so obtrusive, that he has never been to the soul-hunting forest, but he can directly find the location of the soul beast? This performance is indeed a bit exaggerated. It's hard to say whether Su Chongqing will listen to his opinion. If he is found, it will inevitably make the other party suspicious of his identity. At the moment, he can only pray that he will encounter some accidents on the way, and then run towards the location of the dark gold earth dragon in an open manner. Qitian sighed in his heart and silently followed Su Chongqing. After all, the soul beast forest is a place where soul beasts are artificially raised in captivity. From the outermost circle of forest, the noise of human society can be heard from time to time. Those living on the periphery are some weak spirit beasts. This noisy noise makes them timid, and only a very small number of spirit beasts are willing to live here. After walking a mile, Su Chongqing and Director Su began to be wary of their surroundings. From here on, is the realm where soul beasts truly live. The soul beast forest is not as big as the Star Do forest. The soul beasts here are relatively scattered, and it is common to see 100-year-old soul beasts in the periphery. Soon after, Su Chongqing walked to a lone bamboo. Xiao Tian, you haven't seen a soul ring yet. It just so happens that it's relatively safe here. Let me show you what a soul ring looks like. As he spoke, he stretched out his hands and uprooted the lone bamboo in front of him. Lone bamboo was placed horizontally in front of him. With a little force on his hands, lone bamboo was broken into two pieces by him. A pale white soul ring slowly floated out. Is this a soul ring? The appearance of the soul ring was different from what Qitian expected. Su Chongqing quickly entered the state. Xiao Tian, let's consider today as the first lesson of your soul master career. The white circle floating in front of me is the soul ring that soul masters dream of. The way to absorb the soul ring is also very simple. You only need to activate the martial soul and put the soul ring on your own martial soul. However, this I killed lone bamboo, and the soul ring can only be absorbed by me, and no one else can. Director Su on the side quickly started to demonstrate. Director Su's martial spirit was a wolf dog, and he reached out to try to pull the spirit ring. The soul ring landed on his martial soul, but quickly bounced out. This time, Director Su tried to move the soul ring again, but the soul ring did not move at all. Until Su Chongqing reached out to touch the soul ring soon fell on his martial spirit. Su Chongqing's martial spirit is a long stick. Since it has not reached the level to absorb the soul ring just falls on his martial spirit and cannot be integrated with his martial spirit at all. After these words and deeds, Qitian knew their good intentions. Okay, what I want to say next is about the color and age of the soul ring. The colors of the soul ring are divided into 5 colors: white, yellow, purple, black, and red, which correspond to 10 years, 100 years, 1,000 years, 10,000 years, 100,000 years. And Xiao Tianqi is only getting the first soul ring now, and the upper limit of the first soul ring is more than 400 years, so it is a yellow soul ring. Dean, what does 100,000-year soul ring look like? Qitian blinked and asked with a look of curiosity on his face. Su Chongqing laughed dryly. He was still just a soul sect, and the oldest soul ring on his body was only a purple 1,000-year soul ring. He has never seen a 10,000-year soul ring, so why talk about the legendary 100,000-year soul ring? He slowly bent down and said, Tian, our abilities are limited. With your talent, you may be able to come into contact with a 100,000-year soul ring in the future. By then, the teachers at Notting College will not be able to help you. Your future achievements will be higher than ours. Director Su and I are very honored to be your guide. When you become a strong man, we hope that you can also help a group of students who have graduated from Notting College. Dean, I will do it. Qitian looked serious and solemn. In the afternoon, they arrived at the territory of the first spirit beast. Unfortunately, the soul beast that Director Su was looking for Qitian was not in its territory at the moment. There is no way of knowing whether it was someone else who got there first or whether they went out to look for food. The soul beast left its territory and may not come back in a short time. Director Su, Tian, our time is limited and we can't wait here. Let's go to the next place first. If we can't find the right one, come back. Squat and guard. Director Su was indifferent to this, but Tian breathed a sigh of relief. If this guy hides obediently in his lair, I'm afraid he will have no choice but to absorb this guy's soul ring. However, the more you walk, the greater the chance of an accident. In the evening, I wonder if Qitian's prayers had any effect, and the accident really happened. Director Su's martial spirit is a wolf dog, and his sense of smell is very sensitive. The fishy smell of Datura snake appeared in the air, and he quickly caught it. Dean, there is a Datura snake swimming around us. Do we want to avoid it? This kind of spirit beast is impatient. We can easily get rid of it with our skills. Can you determine the age? Su Chongqing asked. The Datura snake is definitely one of the most dangerous guys in the soul hunting forest. There are no auxiliary soul masters with detoxification ability in the team, and the average team will not easily provoke them. Dean, I don't have eagle eyes, I can only feel its smell. Director Su explained helplessly. After a pause, his face sank, and he immediately activated his martial spirit. The smell of blood on this guy is very strong. I can't rule out that it is a century-old guy. Su Chongqing did not dare to be careless, and the long stick martial spirit quickly appeared in his hand. Normally, he would be able to handle even a millennium-level mandala snake. But this time he also brought Qitian with him. If Qitian was attacked by other soul beasts when he took action, the consequences would be disastrous. Director Su, you take Tian and leave first. I'll go meet you. Before he could finish speaking, the mandala snake rushed towards him like crazy. The body length is nearly 4 meters. This is a Datura snake that is 400 years old. If Qitian guessed correctly, Tang San's first spirit ring was a mandala snake that was nearly 400 years old. There are not many soul beasts in the soul hunting forest, and this mandala snake is most likely Tang San's first soul ring in the original time and space. However, now that he met Su Chongqing, Tang San had no chance to get it. Dean, Director Su said before that the mandala snake is the top predator in the soul hunting forest. Please kill it to prevent others from being poisoned. Chapter 12 Mutated Soul Beast Dark Gold Earth Dragon. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Su Chongqing was satisfied with Qitian's super memory. Now that he has said that, besides, killing a Datura snake is a lot of effort for him. Okay, Tian, you and Director Su go first, mark the place along the way and I'll be right back. Before leaving, Qitian saw the soul ring at Su Chongqing's feet, which was white, yellow, and purple. It was different from the best soul ring configuration in his memory, optimum soul ring configuration except for disciples of big forces, such as ordinary civilian soul masters. The first soul ring is like a chasm in the sky for them and difficult to obtain. They are satisfied with having a 10-year level soul ring. Fortunately, my talent conquered Dean Su. Otherwise, my first soul ring would probably be 10 years old, and the subdragon soul beasts provided by the system would be a fantasy. With a silent thanksgiving in his heart, Qitian took this opportunity to guide Director Su subtly. Going in this direction, They will reach the location of the dark gold earth dragon. It was getting late, and there was silence and peace in the soul-hunting forest. This place is already deep in the forest, and the spirit beasts living here are almost 100 years old. They are not fools. Random howling will only reveal their position and cause other predators to attack. Su Changqing quickly followed the team, holding the gallbladder of the datura snake and a piece of fresh snake meat in his hands. Hey, Dean, do you want to make wine with snake gall again? Director Su was greedy. He had obviously drank the wine made by Su Changqing. Director Su, you are indispensable. As he spoke, he put the snake gall aside. He took out a cloth bag from the soul guide and scattered the yellow-black stuff inside around them. This is the excrement of a 1,000-year soul beast. The smell it emits will scare away the soul beast and avoid being attacked by surprise. But this smell is also unpleasant to humans. It's getting late. Let's rest here tonight and set off again tomorrow morning. Director Su will take turns keeping vigil with me. Su Changqing explained. Director Su took the snake meat from his hand, set up the grill on the spot, and started grilling it on the spot, smelling the stench of feces and eating roasted snake meat. This meal must be deeply memorable for Qitian. We can't go any further. Although there aren't many 1,000-year-old soul beasts in the soul-hunting forest, there are some. If you enter the territory of the 1,000-year-old soul beasts, you may be in big trouble. Looking at the withered trees around him, Su Changqing knew that this was the deepest part of the soul-hunting forest, but the dark gold earth dragon is right in front, and it will be there in another 2 or 3 miles. Qitian felt anxious, and he could only bite the bullet and said, Dean, I feel like there is something attracting me in front of me. Didn't you say that this situation might be my opportunity? Dean, I didn't mean to lie to you. I hope you can understand my difficulties. Qitian added in his heart, the soul beast provided by the system was definitely the best choice for his first soul ring, bar none. Now that he is here, Qitian has no reason to miss it. Okay. Director Su, activate the martial spirit and try to hide the aura. Let's follow Xiaotian's perception and slowly move closer. The pace of the 3 people slowed down a lot, and after a stick of incense. Oh my god, dragon-like soul beast, Xiaotian, is it what attracts you? Su Changqing asked excitedly. Dragon-type soul beasts are far stronger than ordinary soul beasts in terms of bloodline. The dark golden earth dragon not far away with a body that is more than 4 meters long is undoubtedly a rare soul beast. But, before Qitian could speak, Director Su said with a worried look on his face, even a subdragon soul beast has a much harder time absorbing soul rings than ordinary soul beasts. This soul beast should be a mutated soul beast, and its bloodline is very strong. It is possible to reach the level of a true dragon. Although I don't know its specific age, but looking at his posture, I am afraid it is 400 years old. The master said that the limit of the first soul ring is 423 years, and this one is probably a little more than that. Qitian disagreed with Yu Xiaogang's theory. It is difficult to tell the specific age of a century-old soul beast. As for those 23 years, there is a high probability that Yu Xiaogang came up with it at will. The purpose is to attract attention. According to the system prompts, this dark gold earth dragon has 450 years of cultivation, which is probably at the limit of the first soul ring. What's more, Qitian is not a weakling. He has been exercising since he came to Douluo Continent. His physical fitness is not comparable to that of any 10th-level soul warrior. However, after absorbing the soul ring of this earth dragon, Xiaotian's starting point will be higher than anyone else. Director Su, the experience of you and me struggling at the bottom of the soul master world, do you still want to repeat it with Xiaotian? Starting point: if you fall behind others, it will be difficult to catch up in the future. Su Changqing preferred to let Qitian absorb the earth dragon's soul ring. After the 2 of them obtained the first soul ring, due to the low lifespan of the soul rings, they lagged behind others at the beginning. Today's cultivation is entirely due to age. It is almost impossible to make a big breakthrough in the future. You must know that even for geniuses with full innate soul power, once the first soul ring absorbs the 10-year soul ring, it will be disastrous for their future. Director Su, Dean, I am willing to try. Qitian quickly expressed his stance. Hey, the starting point is certainly a good one, but one must also act within one's ability. If it's equal to the sky. Before Director Su could finish speaking, Dark Gold Earth Dragon noticed their arrival. With a roar, he quickly attacked the three of them. Director Su, take it first and then make plans. 400 years of top-blooded earth dragons, neither of them dared to be careless. The strength of a top-blooded soul beast, even if it is only 100 years old, can even rival that of a 10,000-year-old soul beast. Although the bloodline of the Dark Gold Earth Dragon is not the most top-notch existence, its strength is probably stronger than the average 1,000-year soul beast. Su Changqing held a long stick, smashed a hole in a thick tree trunk on the side, and then stuffed Qitian inside. I'll go. If there's a sneak attack by a soul beast, I can't run away like this. Qitian felt very uncomfortable after being stuffed into the tree trunk. In fact, he couldn't break free on his own. The third soul skill, the long soul round dance stick. The long stick danced rapidly in Su Changqing's hand, and every blow was powerful and heavy. But even so, facing the powerful defense of the Dark Gold Earth Dragon, it has no effect at all. The second soul skill, Wolf Howl. Director Su's second soul skill has a mental shock effect. Qitian's mental strength is different from ordinary people, and it is not affected at all by him. However, the spiritual power of soul beasts is far weaker than that of soul masters of the same level. This time, Dark Gold Earth Dragon's actions were affected. Seeing this, Su Changqing quickly added output. Qitian, who was stuffed into the tree trunk, calmly analyzed, no, Director Su's attack power is not enough. The Dark Gold Earth Dragon should be an ordinary earth dragon, earthworm, that accidentally ate a metallic heavenly material and earthly treasure. Metallicity represents the ultimate in defense and attack. Su Changqing's martial soul and soul ring were in perfect harmony, so his attacks could not break through his defense. However, his body only slightly touched the scales of the Dark Gold Earth Dragon and received several wounds. System, you are trying to kill me. If the Dean is not strong enough, he can only fight through force. But in this way, the Dean will definitely be seriously injured. For a moment, Qitian was a little conflicted. He didn't want to give up such a good soul ring. But it was impossible for him to watch Su Changqing and Director Su get seriously injured or even die in order to help him obtain the soul ring. Yes, I also punched deliberately. Chapter 13 Deliberate punches first show their power. You are listening at novelfull.audio. If the critical strike effect can be triggered, the current crisis can be resolved instantly. However, the system has prompted that the probability of triggering is very small. And the distance that a deliberate punch can hit is not very far, at least it has to be close. In other words, Qitian only has one chance to attack, otherwise he will become a ghost. He is not a gambler, and he will never take his own life for granted unless absolutely necessary. The Dean also has a fourth soul skill. I hope it will be effective. Qitian prayed silently in his heart. Dean, this guy is really a pervert. If it doesn't work, just forget it. Director Su saw that the attack had no results, and he wanted to retreat. Su Changqing wiped the blood from the corner of his mouth and said, Director Su, have you ever thought about why it is so difficult for us to face a 400-year-old spirit beast? It's because our starting point is too low, which restricts our strength. If my soul ring configuration is yellow, yellow, purple, and yours is yellow, yellow, and purple, will we still be in this situation? Xiaotian is destined to meet the Fenghua dragon. What we can do is to help him through the initial stage of his soul master career. Director Su, I have made up my mind, you can retreat if you want. Su Changqing's tone was firm. He didn't want his tragedy to happen again to Qitian. When he awakened his martial soul, he had level 6 innate soul power. If it weren't for the low age of his first and second soul rings, which restricted his development, his current strength would be at least that of a soul emperor, and he might even break through to a soul saint in the future. It's a pity that he fell behind step by step. In order to prevent his own tragedy from happening again, he chose to risk his life for Qitian, a student he only met a few times. Thank you, Dean. Qitian thanked silently in his heart. Su Changqing's talent may turn around in the future. Qitian remembered the fairy grass that made the Shrek 7 monsters rise. Now that Tang San has broken up with him, there is no need to keep some things for him, compared with Su Changqing, who devotes himself wholeheartedly to his students. Yu Xiaogang on the other side is completely different. At this moment, he was taking Tang San to escape. Little San, run quickly. This is a 200-year-old bamboo leaf cobra. Its poison is very serious. Once it gets on it, it will turn into a puddle of thick water in a matter of seconds. Compared with the mandala snake, the bamboo leaf cobra is very patient, and the prey it targets will almost never stop. Yu Xiaogang was so anxious that he cursed his mother. He even considered pushing Tang San out to act as a shield. Although he liked Tang San very much. But compared to his own life, this disciple who had only been a disciple for one day was not worth risking his life. Teacher, can Luo Sanpao beat him? Tang San asked as he ran. Along the way, when encountering soul beasts that were under 100 years old, Luo Sanpao's farts were able to show off their power. But when he encountered a soul beast that was over 100 years old, Yu Xiaogang would always run away with him. In this case, it is better to choose the lone bamboo found when you first enter the forest to avoid any trouble. It's a pity that Yu Xiaogang is a face-saving person, and he must obtain the best soul rings for his disciples. It wasn't until he met the bamboo leaf cobra that he suddenly realized what he was doing. He is a waste and cannot defeat a spirit beast that is over 100 years old. It was too late to regret now. Yu Xiaogang felt wind on his feet and wanted to get rid of Tang San. When he returns to the academy, Su Changqing will definitely not blame Tang San for running around in the forest and eventually burying his soul in the mouth of the beast. But despite all his calculations, he never expected that Tang San's physical fitness was better than his, and he even ran ahead of him. Should we use concealed weapons? Tang San couldn't help but touch his cuffs. With the power of the silent sleeve arrows, he was confident that he could kill this bamboo cobra. However, Yu Xiaogang is by his side, and he will have a panoramic view of all this. He must not reveal his identity as a disciple of the Tang sect. Do you want to kill the master and silence him? Tang San felt a little hesitant in his heart. The master and the apprentice each had their own hidden agendas. When the bamboo leaf cobra saw its prey getting closer and closer, it couldn't help but open its bloody mouth. The fishy smell is not much better than Luo Sanpao's skin. Teacher, what should I do? Tang San asked anxiously. Tang San was like a dogskin plaster that couldn't be shaken off. Yu Xiaogang took a deep breath and simply stopped running, saying, Xiao San, this bamboo leaf cobra is very suitable as your first spirit ring. Sanpao and I contain it first, then take a knife and give it a fatal blow from the flank. It is good. Tang San didn't hesitate. As long as the hidden weapon was not exposed, there was no harm in using some fists and kicks. The words are divided into two parts. The battle on Qitian's side has entered a fierce stage. Su Changqing released his fourth soul skill twice in succession, successfully knocking off the scales on the dark gold earth dragon's back. Director Su seized the opportunity and scratched it twice in a row where there were no scales, injuring it. Its huge disc-shaped mouth is full of teeth, which looks extremely scary. Once bitten by it, it will either kill you or be disabled. This long worm has really strong vitality. Dean, I don't have much soul power left. I'll do what I can. If it doesn't work, I can only retreat first and wait until I recover. Director Su said breathlessly. Su Changqing's previous statement made him not give up easily. But the recovery speed of human soul masters is much faster than that of soul beasts. If 2 lives are used to defeat the opponent's 1 life, the chance of winning is much greater. Su Changqing sighed. Director Su, our battle just now was very noisy. The people or spirit beasts around us must have noticed the fighting here. Once we leave, someone may take the opportunity to take over. Dark gold earth dragon's back has been injured, and as long as it hits with all its strength, it will be severely injured. Let's fight. The fourth soul skill, Divine Light Strike. Su Changqing raised the long stick in his hand, jumped up, and slammed towards the dark gold earth dragon. The latter felt a fatal threat, and it squirmed quickly, struck violently. and burrowed into the ground. Although it has dragon-like characteristics, the earthworm's nature has not been abandoned. Su Changqing quickly stopped his hand and continued to search for the location of the dark gold earth dragon based on the traces of the bulge on the ground. Suddenly, his pupils shrank. No, Director Su, go and save Tian. The century-old soul beast has a certain amount of intelligence, and it will definitely not give up after being beaten by Su Changqing and the others for so long. Tian was the weakest among the three, and it immediately targeted the latter. Tian. Su Changqing felt very regretful. If Qitian hadn't been stuffed into the tree trunk, he would have at least been able to run away. Seeing that Director Su was too late to rescue, Su Changqing closed his eyes in pain. I can only take a gamble. Tian used all his strength to squeeze his fist out of the tree trunk, silently reciting deliberate punch in his heart. In an instant, the methods of using soul skills and techniques for exerting force flooded into his mind. The whole body's soul power was concentrated on the fist, and the fist showed an attack stance. Smash it for me. The moment the dark gold earth dragon emerged from the ground, Qitian punched at the same time. The powerful punch sent out a shock wave, knocking down all the trees within 10 meters in front of him. The body of the dark gold earth dragon, under the action of inertia, hit Qitian. Tian. Su Changqing had no time to think, and when he was about to take revenge, he found a yellow soul ring floating in the air. Chapter 14. The first soul skill, Shenglong Fist. You are listening at novelfull.audio. After a long time, Director Su came to his senses first and said uncertainly, Dean, did this guy hit himself to death? Su Changqing shook his head subconsciously. The dark gold earth dragon was not an ageless rabbit. How could it be killed by a mere big tree? Quick, save Tian. It doesn't matter how he died, what matters is whether Tian is still alive. The two of them worked together to move the body of dark gold earth dragon away. The tree trunk was not broken by the impact, and Tian, who was protected inside, was blinking at them. After Su Changqing pulled him out, Tian couldn't bear the smell anymore and vomited it out with a splash. Ugh. Dean, this kid is fine. Director Su breathed a sigh of relief and also joked. Su Changqing smiled bitterly and said, this boy is really lucky, but this soul ring seems to have no chance with him. Oh, what a pity. No one would have thought that Qitian, a child without a soul ring, could kill a 400-year-old soul beast. No. Qitian, who was bent over and vomiting, pointed at the dark gold earth dragon. Dean, you just vomited. I awakened my natural ability. I should have killed it. What? Su Changqing and the two said in unison, it's not like they haven't heard of innate abilities. For example, the famous blue electric Tyrannosaurus Rex martial soul on the mainland. After the soul master reaches a certain level, the body parts can be transformed into dragons. However, no one on the fist martial spirit continent has ever studied it. How could they not be surprised that Qitian could awaken such a powerful innate ability? I was lucky just now. The system prompt triggered the fatal blow effect. Even now, Qitian still has lingering fears. After a pause, he explained, Dean, my innate ability is called deliberate punching. After it is released, my fist can hit a powerful blow. This guy should have been fighting back before his death. My blow fell just in time. His body's carrying capacity was at its limit, so I killed him directly. Hearing this, Su Changqing was filled with shame. A genius with innate soul power is indeed a pervert. Whatever, this is a good thing after all. Speaking of this, his face immediately became serious. Director Su, we have had a brotherhood for 30 years. I hope you don't tell others about Tian, and I will keep it a secret. To the outside world, Tian's first soul, the ring, is just a century-old powerful demon ape, and it was a soul ring that the two of us helped to obtain. As for Tian's innate soul skills, don't talk nonsense. After pausing for a moment, he walked to Qitian's gate and said solemnly, Tian, you can use your innate soul skills, but you must not tell anyone about it. You must understand that there are many forces on the mainland. Look for talent. Once you're on their radar, it's hard to get away from it. We have no objection to whatever force you are willing to join in the future, but during these few years at Notting College, please do not expose yourself. Qitian nodded solemnly. Notting City is just a small place, not to mention that Tang Hao is secretly eyeing him. Just a sect with a strong soul saint coming here can make the whole place a storm. Even the teachers and students of Notting College may suffer unforeseen disasters. Xiao Tian, the soul ring lasts for about an hour. During this period, you may absorb the soul ring. After this time, the soul ring will dissipate. It's still early for the soul ring to dissipate. Director Su, drag this guy with you. Let's retreat to a safe area first. Wait, Xiao Tian, go wash yourself off, you do smell a bit unpleasant. All the entrails of the dark gold earth dragon were vomited on him. How could it not stink? As time went by, Qitian's sense of smell gradually became immune to the stench, which made him feel better. How my first soul ring, what kind of soul skills will you provide me? Qitian sat cross-legged and tried to absorb the soul ring according to Professor Su Changqing's method. The 450-year-old soul ring is still a bit stressful for him. The moment the soul ring landed on his fist, a powerful soul pressure hit him instantly. The veins on Qitian's forehead popped out, and he tried hard to hold up his body so as not to explode due to the soul pressure. Seeing that Qitian had survived the dangerous period, Su Changqing breathed a sigh of relief. Fortunately, it is only a 100-year soul ring. You only need to resist the soul pressure to absorb it. If it is a 10,000-year soul ring, I can't imagine how to resist the soul shock. Su Changqing has come into contact with soul masters who have absorbed 10,000-year soul rings. The most difficult process among them is the soul shock. An attack that directly hits the soul is not so easy to bear. However, his fifth soul ring can only absorb a 1,000-year soul ring. To achieve a 10,000-year soul ring, he must break through the soul emperor. I still don't know what year and month it will take to obtain such a soul ring. Looking at Qitian, whose breathing gradually stabilized, he said, Director Su, maybe within 10 years, Xiao Tian will be able to surpass the two of you. Director Su didn't reply, just nodded silently. In the afternoon, Qitian opened his eyes. Unconsciously, the clothes on his body were wet with sweat countless times. Dean, I succeeded. Congratulations to the host for successfully obtaining the first soul ring, successfully changing Tang San's first soul ring choice, comprehensive reward, a sandbag that can never be beaten. Name, Qitian. Rating, not popular. Martial spirit, double fists, double eyes. Strength, 163. Spirit, 30. Soul power, 15. Soul ring, yellow. Special skill, deliberate punch. The systems panels followed, emerging in his mind. That's right, Xiao Tian, your soul power level is at least 14. Although the process is a bit difficult, the result is good after all. Su Changqing stroked Qitian's forehead and said happily. By the way, Qitian, what is your number one soul skill? Director Su then asked. The Soul Master's soul skills are all secrets, and it would be impolite to ask about them rashly. But the two of them are Qitian's teachers and people he trusts, so there is no harm in telling them. Teacher, my first soul skill is called Shenglong Fist. With that said, Qitian walked towards the uncle beside him. A yellow soul ring appeared at his feet, and he punched the tree trunk. A burst of light emitted from the yellow soul ring, and soul power poured from the soul ring into his fist. The first soul skill, Shenglong Fist. His fist was wrapped in a layer of golden soul power. When he punched, the shadow of his fist was like an attacking dragon, accompanied by several dragon roars. Click. The big tree was broken in half by his powerful punch. In the original time and space, Tang San's first soul skill of Bluesilver Grass only left some traces of entanglement on the tree trunk. The gap in attack power between the two can be imagined. Oh, this soul skill is indeed the product of a mutated dragon soul beast. Its power is truly terrifying. Su Changqing laughed. Director Su narrowed his eyes slightly and analyzed. The improvement in punching power is at least 400%. Qitian is already a soul master. The moment he obtained the soul ring, his physical fitness had already made a qualitative leap. Even so, the first soul skill still increased his attack power by more than 4 times, which was extremely exaggerated. Chapter 15 The Attached Soul Bone Appears. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Top martial arts, top talent, and top soul rings. When these 3 elements are put together, there will always be some sparks. Xiao Tian, do a good job. Su Chongqing extended his thumb, and he sincerely wished Qitian become strong. What Director Su said was not entirely correct. Qitian's first soul skill increased his attack power by a full 5 times. After obtaining the soul ring, the 3 of them would naturally not stay in the forest overnight again. Just as the 3 of them were preparing to return, Qitian suddenly felt that his fists were a little restless. There seemed to be something coming out from under his skin. Xiao Tian, what's wrong? Seeing him suddenly standing still in pain, Su Chongqing asked with concern. Qitian screamed in pain, and his fists suddenly turned into dark gold. To be precise, it was a layer of dark golden substance attached to his palm. Soul bone. Director Su immediately thought. Su Chongqing shook his head. There are only 6 major parts of soul bones. Director Su, have you ever heard of other parts of soul bones? Director Su was speechless for a moment, but apart from soul bones, they had never seen this kind of situation before. Soon, he felt Su Chongqing's sharp gaze. Needless to say, he had to keep this secret. Soul bones are the existence that all soul masters dream of. Whenever a soul bone appears, countless forces will fight for it. Even if it is just a suspected soul bone, he will still be targeted. How can they, as teachers, not understand the principle that a common man is innocent but possessing a treasure is a crime? The fist turned completely golden, and the pain disappeared. Looking at his hands, Qitian was overjoyed. Externally attached soul bones, these are externally attached soul bones. If it were a 400-year-old dark gold earth dragon soul bone, he might not choose to absorb it. But the external soul bone is different. It will continue to become stronger as the soul master's strength increases. It can be said that apart from the 100,000-year soul bones, the external soul bones are definitely the most precious existence among the soul bones. Moreover, the moment the soul bone fully appeared, it was completely integrated with him. Even if someone wants to take the bone, they can't get it by killing him. Xiao Tian, what is this? Su Chongqing couldn't help but ask. What appears on the body will generally be fed back to the soul master himself. Qitian explained. Dean, Director Su, this is a special kind of soul bone. I have completely integrated with it, and it is impossible for others to take it away. I call it the dark gold glove. When it is turned on, my attack power and the power of soul skills will be increased by 20%. For Su Chongqing, improving his boxing power by 20% is indeed very rare. Qitian's martial soul is a fist, and his powerful soul skills are also related to fists. The blessing of only 20% is indeed a bit lacking. However, he didn't know that this bonus would increase as Qitian's strength increased. No matter what, it's better than nothing. But Xiao Tian, unless it is absolutely necessary, you should try not to use dark gold gloves to avoid trouble. Do you understand? That the return trip was much faster. Thinking of the panel update in his mind, Qitian checked it curiously. First of all, he had already expected the change in Tang San's spirit ring. The reward sandbag is what he needs most right now. After all, without blowing up more than 10 sandbags, who dares to claim that he has the strength to compete for the boxing championship? It's a pity that my rating is still not good, and I don't know what effect the increase in rating will have. He is still too weak now. He has level 15 soul power, which allows him to walk sideways in Nodding Academy, but looking at the world of soul masters, he is nothing. Besides, he had no intention of bullying. Strength, 163. Spirit, 30. Soul power, 15. His strength increased from 15 to 163 in one breath. Qitian clearly felt that his boxing power had made a qualitative leap. However, when the soul power was level 10, the mental power was 20. Now the soul power has reached 15, but the mental power is 30, the mental power is twice the soul power. Qitian couldn't help but wonder, Could it be that my soul from the previous life merged with the soul from this life to become like this, that although his eyes are spiritual martial arts, he has not practiced the second martial soul too much, and he has not obtained a soul ring for the second martial soul. The improvement of soul power will indeed bring about the improvement of mental power, but the effect will never be so exaggerated. Therefore, Tian's guess is valid. The conversation was split between two sides. On the other side, Tang San's master and apprentice, after some tacit cooperation, Yu Xiaogang was successfully poisoned and fell to the ground. In fact, Yu Xiaogang was not poisoned, but Luo Sanpao was bitten by a bamboo leaf cobra. Although Luo Sanpao exists out of the body, he is still a beast martial spirit. As for the beast spirit master, his body and spirit are highly bound. If the soul master's martial soul is shattered, he will at most suffer a mental backlash and not lose his life. But the beast spirit is different. Once the spirit is broken, the spirit master will die on the spot. Moreover, the damage suffered by the martial soul will also be transferred to the soul master. Because of this, Yu Xiaogang was poisoned and fell to the ground without contact. Tang San's silver needles shot very quickly, and more than a dozen silver needles successfully blocked the return flow of toxin-laden blood, protected Yu Xiaogang's heart veins, and temporarily saved his life. The teacher's situation cannot be delayed any longer. Wherever the poison appears, there must be an antidote within 7 steps. Before I can detoxify the teacher, I must deal with this guy first. Without the obtrusive existence of Yu Xiaogang, Tang San gradually became bolder. The silent sleeve arrow under the sleeve is loaded. Whoosh! Several arrows pierced the air and hit the bamboo leaf cobra. Although the muscles of snakes are tight, they are still mortal bodies. The arrows glowing with cold light easily pierced its muscles. The bamboo leaf cobra spit out snake bites and was seriously injured by Tang San's attack. Humph, you beast, you dare to hurt the teacher, then you must pay the price. Tang San jumped up holding the dagger given by Yu Xiaogang, as the saying goes, hit the snake 7 inches. Therefore, for most snakes, the 7-inch position is where their heart is. After losing Yu Xiaogang, who was in the way, Tang San relied on the Tang Sect's unique skills and hidden weapons, and at this moment Tang San was like a god of death. There was no sympathy in his eyes, and he had already labeled the bamboo leaf cobra as destined for death. Article 3 of the General Outline of Tang Sect Shen Baolu. Make sure your opponent is an enemy. As long as he has a way to kill you, you should not be merciful, otherwise it will only add trouble to yourself. Killing this bamboo leaf cobra now will not only solve the immediate trouble, but it will also provide a soul ring suitable for you. Completely kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Death. In the flash of swords and shadows, Tang San successfully killed the bamboo leaf cobra. Looking at the falling soul ring, his eyes felt hot. But he controlled the desire in his heart, and the top priority was to save Yu Xiaogang. As a disciple of the Tang Sect, Tang San had in-depth research on poisons, according to the habits of the bamboo leaf green snake and the types of plants it hates. Tang San quickly found the suitable herb. After grinding it briefly, it was put into Yu Xiaogang's mouth. In just half a stick of incense, Yu Xiaogangs complexion improved a lot. Tang San felt relieved and absorbed the spirit ring according to the method Yu Xiaogang taught him. Chapter 16: A Loving Father and a Filial Son. You are listening at novelfull.audio. On the outskirts of the soul-hunting forest, Qitian and 3 others got on the carriage they came from. As soon as the carriage left the hustle and bustle of the town, Su Chongqing said, "Xiao Tian, first of all, congratulations on becoming a glorious soul master. You should also know some of the benefits that only soul masters have. This can improve your life to a great extent." Director Su answered, "Qitian, after you return, you should go to Wuhun Palace to register as a soul master. Wuhun Palace will also issue you a soul master's handbook. With it, if you are now more than 10 levels with the soul power, you can receive a gold soul coin subsidy from the Wuhun Palace every month. To those big nobles, a gold soul coin may not be a big deal. But in a small place like ours, a gold soul coin is enough to feed a family of 3 for 2 months. And, after you break through to the great soul master when you are with the soul sect, the subsidy given to you by the Wuhun Palace will be increased accordingly. But when you break through the soul sect, the Wuhun Palace will not give you any subsidy, and you will have to rely on you to support yourself from now on. Su Changqing thought for a while and added, except for small cities like Notting City, strangers who want to enter big cities like Tiando City and Fasno City need to pay a silver soul coin to a gold soul coin to enter the city. The entrance fee to the city. This rule does not apply to soul masters. You only need to show the soul master's handbook, and the city guards will let you go unconditionally. Director Su and I can only think of this much for the moment. In short, registering as a soul master in Wuhun Hall will be of great benefit to you. Qitian nodded. These things have been mentioned in novels, and he is no stranger to them. But Su Changqing and Director Su took the initiative to speak out and made it clear that they did not regard him as an outsider. Thank you very much, Dean. I will go to the Spirit Hall immediately after returning to the Academy. The Master of Notting City's Spirit Hall has a good relationship with Su Changqing. Even if the latter knew about Qitian's talent, he would not forcefully win over him. Moreover, because of Bibi Dong, everyone in Wuhun Hall was not of the same mind. It may take many years for information about him to appear before Bibi Dong's case. He wanted to join Wuhun Palace, but he definitely didn't want to become Bibi Dong's subordinate. That woman is a lunatic, and there will be absolutely no good fruits to be gained from being involved with her. It was getting late, and the twilight sunshine could no longer resist the invasion of darkness, and finally withdrew sadly. There are always dangers in the soul-hunting forest. After Tang San absorbed the soul ring, he slowly opened his eyes, and then he noticed that Yu Xiaogang was staring straight at him. Xiao San, did you succeed? After Tang San's treatment, Yu Xiaogang woke up in the afternoon. He could feel that Tang San had many secrets, but as a descendant of the former number 1 sect in the mainland, he thought these were normal and didn't intend to get to the bottom of it. Teacher, my first soul skill is entanglement. Even though he was a man of 2 generations, he was still very excited when he felt the bottleneck of Shenglong Kong in his body was broken through. As he spoke, he stretched out his right hand, and the Bluesilver Grass martial spirit emerged in his palm. Immediately afterwards, vines of Bluesilver Grass rose from the ground, tightly wrapping the surrounding trees. When the Bluesilver Grass was removed, traces of toxin erosion were left on the tree trunks. The poison of the bamboo leaf cobra is worse than that of the mandala snake, and the life of the soul ring is also lower than that of the original time and space. The toxins on the Bluesilver Grass are not as powerful as imagined. Seeing this, Yu Xiaogang touched his chin. Mistress, it seems my theory is true. Plant-type martial spirits can also absorb animal-type soul rings. Your first soul skill inherits the toxin of the bamboo leaf cobra. While controlling the opponent with physical means, and supplemented by poison paralysis, soul masters of the same level will never be able to break free. While talking, Yu Xiaogang did not forget to praise his wisdom. Tang San, who was ignorant of the theory of soul masters, was naturally frightened by him. I thought, it turns out that the teacher has such great wisdom. That idiot Qitian, he doesn't even know what he missed. Tang San felt complacent in his heart. When he returned to the academy, he had already anticipated Qitian's reaction when he saw the spirit ring on his body. Xiao San, there is something I need to thank you for. I was poisoned by the bamboo leaf cobra before. Fortunately, you took action, otherwise this would be my burial place. Yu Xiaogang said angrily. Tang San scratched his head and explained, Teacher, my father said that wherever the poison is, there must be an antidote within 7 steps. When I escaped before, I observed the plants that the bamboo leaf cobra hated, and used this as a guide. Successfully detoxified you. It seems that your father is also a man of great wisdom. At this time, Yu Xiaogang could not tell Tang Hao's true identity, so he could only praise Tang Hao in this way. Teacher, let's go back to the academy quickly. It's too late and we probably won't be able to make it in time for the opening ceremony. Yu Xiaogang responded softly. He held Tang San's hand and told him a lot about the spirit master world along the way. Once a teacher, always a father. At this moment, in Tang San's eyes, Yu Xiaogang was his father. The scene where the two were talking and laughing showed a warm scene of a loving father and a filial son. In the early morning, a simple carriage drove into Notting College. Director Su, it seems that we are back at the right time. The opening ceremony of the new semester is scheduled to be held in the afternoon today. With that, Su Changqing opened the car curtain. Xiao Tian, you go to Wuhun Hall first. I'll go back to the dormitory later to catch up on some sleep. I can't miss the opening ceremony in the afternoon. Yes, Dean. Qitian was agile and quickly jumped out of the carriage. According to the route told by Su Changqing, he quickly arrived in front of Wuhun Hall. The guard in front of the Wuhun Hall in Nodding City saw Qitian's arrival, bent down, and asked softly, "Kid, do you want to awaken the Wuhun?" "Uncle, I'm here to be certified as a soul master, not to awaken a martial soul." Qitian replied. "You have become a soul master at such a young age." The guards looked at each other. Qitian is only 6 or 7 years old. To become a soul master at such a young age, doesn't it mean that his innate soul power is at least level 8? God, he is the young master of a noble family in the city, and he has such a talent. This kid is really terrifying. The guards understood that Qitian in front of them was not something they could offend, and they quickly let him go. Wuhun Hall has 2 floors in total. The first floor is the service hall, and the second floor is the office area and conference room. At this time, only adults were walking around in Wuhun Hall, and Qitian's short figure looked particularly eye-catching. "Little friend, are you lost with your parents?" A warm-hearted Wuhun Palace deacon took the initiative to step forward and asked. "Uncle, I am here to be certified as a soul master. Can you take me to be certified?" Suddenly, a familiar voice sounded behind him. "Hey Lao Peng, is this your son?" "Brother Tao, I'm not married yet, how can I have a son?" He pointed at Qitian with some disdain in his eyes. This kid said he was here to be certified as a soul master. Such a young soul master, I've never heard of it. Brother Tao, why don't you take him to test his soul power? Chapter 17 Value Family Ties. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Qitian turned around and saw clearly. The person speaking was none other than Su Yuntao, and he was not alone. There was a hot young woman beside him who was holding his arm. "Hey, Qitian, why are you here?" Su Yuntao asked in surprise. Zierdu and other people who went to pick up Qitian had already disappeared. Although Qitian did not join Wuhun Hall, Hilda had already given the reward to Su Yuntao in advance in order to buy out the news. Su Yuntao would naturally be more polite towards his lucky star. Qitian shrugged, with a sour look on his face. "Uncle Su Yuntao, my grandfather and I waited in the village for a long time, but no one came to pick me up. In desperation, I enrolled in Nodding College. A few days ago, the dean he took me to obtain the soul ring, and as soon as I came back, I came over immediately to get the soul master certification." "Tower, is this the child you say is gifted with soul power? What a cute little brother." The young woman spoke with a clear voice that was hard to ignore. "Cici, he is Qitian. Lao Peng, Cici and I still have things to do. You take him to Master Mtlnovel." After saying that, Su Yuntao took Cici and left. Before leaving, Cici did not forget to wink at Qitian. "Brother Tao, you must keep your eyes open, this kind of woman is not worth it." Qitian sighed. He could clearly see the look in Cici's eyes just now. It was because she was still young, otherwise Cici would have thrown herself into her arms on the spot. A soul master with innate soul power, his future strength will at least start as a soul saint, which is stronger than the master of the Wuhun Hall in Nodding City. How could a snobbish Cici not be moved? The deacon surnamed Peng no longer had the previous contempt in his eyes, and he said with a respectful expression, "I didn't expect that little brother Qitian has become a soul master. When I was your age, I was still playing in the mud at home." Qitian had a flattered look on his face at his initiative to please him. You can't offend this kind of person, but you can't take advantage of him either. He still understands why little devils are difficult to deal with. Soon, they came to a large hall. After the deacon surnamed Peng brought Qitian, he turned around and left. "Child, I just heard Yuntao talk about your matter. Hey, it's a pity that you can't join Wuhun Hall at this stage." Mtlnovel Au looked at Qitian with more and more satisfaction. but it's a pity that the whereabouts of all the others are unknown, and no conclusion can be made without understanding their situation. It seems that Bibi Dong's current influence is not enough. At least the behavior style of the low-level Wuhun palace will not be as domineering as hers. Tian analyzed in his heart, for him, this must be a good thing. Child, let me see your soul ring. Tian did not hesitate, and the yellow soul ring appeared at his feet. Mtlnovel's eyes lit up. It seems that Su Changqing treats you well. 100-year soul ring is something that many people dream of. Qitian said, Grandpa Mtlnovel, my first soul ring comes from 100-year-old powerful demon ape. Because it matches my martial soul very well, my soul power has reached level 12. As soon as he absorbed the first soul ring, he broke through the 5th level in one breath and reached the 15th level of soul power. This kind of news is definitely very exciting. Once Mtlnovel chooses to report it at all levels, he will definitely appear in Bibi Dong's sight in advance. His current strength is too small, and he is likely to become a victim in the game between Bibi Dong and Qian Daolu. Seeing the soul ring, Mtlnovel would naturally not doubt Qitian. It didn't matter whether it was level 11 or 12, he turned around, took out a brand new notebook from the desk, and quickly filled in Qitian's information. Congratulations on becoming a glorious Soul Master. When he handed over the Soul Master's handbook, there was also a gold soul coin in it. My child, from now on you can use the Soul Master's notes to come to the Wuhun Palace to receive the Soul Master's subsidy every month. This golden soul coin is your subsidy for this month. You should take it. After leaving Wuhun Hall, Qitian did not go to the dormitory to catch up on sleep as suggested by Su Changqing, but went directly to find him. Dong Dong. Please come in. Seeing that the person coming was Qitian, Su Changqing asked, Xiaotian, are there any inconveniences in your life? Apart from that, he didn't expect Qitian to come to him with other things. Qitian shook his head, and then placed a golden soul coin on his desk. Dean, my grandfather comes to Notting City to sell vegetables every once in a while. If Dean sees it, please give this coin to him. Give the gold soul coin to my grandfather. Before leaving, old Jack gave him a gintama coin. For a child, this is enough money to live on for a month, but this gintama coin is half of old Jack's savings. The family's house was gradually dilapidated, so sending this gold soul coin back was to tell old Jack that he had become a soul master and make him happy. Secondly, this money can also be used to renovate the house. If there is too much money, given old Jack's physical condition, he will definitely not be able to keep it, and it will lead to death. A gold soul coin is just right. Qitian plans to send money home every 2 months from now on. A gold soul coin is enough for old Jack to live for 2 months. He is old and should take good care of himself. Su Changqing was a little surprised. For other children in the academy, after becoming a soul master, their first month's subsidy usually consisted of money to go to the city for a nice meal. Okay, Xiaotian, leave this matter to me. After a pause, he said, if you don't want to rest, you can go to the college's library. School officially starts tomorrow, so you can preview your homework in advance. After Qitian left, Su Changqing looked at the golden soul coins on the table and felt filled with emotion. Back then, after receiving a month's soul master subsidy, he also sent it back home. A person who values family ties will definitely not betray his friends and is a trustworthy person. Su Changqing accepted the gold soul coin and decided to train Qitian well. As for asking the other party to become his disciple, he thought he was not worthy. On Douluo Continent, a soul master can only have one teacher in his life. Su Changqing believed that his strength was not enough. When Qitian needed a high-end soul ring in the future, he would be completely unable to help. Su Changqing looked out the door and sighed in his heart. If Qitian could have a master who was a powerful title Douluo, maybe his future would be smooth. Qitian followed Su Changqing's wishes and came to the college's library. Except for a few scattered teachers cleaning, he didn't see a single child here. That's right. Except for the scholarly family, children from ordinary families will not come to a place like the library. Qitian sighed, books are the ladder of human progress. This sentence is never outdated anywhere. The predecessors recorded their experiences in books. If future generations look at it carefully, they can avoid many detours. Just like the Nobel Prize winners on Blue Star, most of them achieved breakthroughs in a certain field based on the data and experience accumulated by their predecessors. Without the accumulation of predecessors, if you just rely on yourself to do it, you may not be able to achieve success in your life. The library is very large, and most of it is just rubbings. After all, Douluo Continent is a feudal society, and many original books are owned by aristocratic families. It is not easy for Notting College to obtain so many rubbing plates. Chapter 18 Martial Arts from Douluo Continent. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Coming to a bookshelf, Tian picked up the ladder and climbed to the top of the bookshelf. The teachers in the library felt a sense of novelty when they saw Tian's arrival. However, it is difficult for a child of such an age to recognize all the words, let alone understand the contents of the book. Therefore, the teachers all felt that Qitian just changed the place of playing to the library pavilion and did not pay too much attention to him. Qitian's next move of flipping through books further confirmed the teacher's speculation. But the reality is that the books Qitian looked through were not what he wanted to know. Having read novels in his previous life, he learned about the theory of soul masters, and some aspects even surpassed most scholars on the mainland. And what he wanted to see was naturally something he didn't know. After an unknown period of time, he concluded that any books placed in conspicuous places or on bookshelves that were frequently maintained by others were things he did not need. Following the rules he had concluded, he found a bookshelf in the corner of the library. There are only a few scattered books on the bookshelves, but no one has cleaned them here, and the bookshelves and books are covered with dust. Many children bring blessings. Qitian looked embarrassed when he saw the title of one of the books. Needless to say, the wife in the book is definitely not suitable for children. After scanning around, his eyes were attracted by one of the books. This book has no name, its pages are yellowed, and it has a strong sense of age. The condition of the book is relatively bad, and there are obvious signs of human damage on the outside. After opening it, there were some handwritings inside, not rubbings. This should be one of the few original books here. No, it should be notes. Tian picked up the book, sat on the table nearby, and looked through it. In the book, the handwriting at the beginning was not sloppy, but the content recorded was a fantasy. The most important point is that soul masters are bound by soul rings. Without a soul ring, a soul master will not be able to advance. This is something that has been recognized throughout Douluo Continent. There are actually people who would oppose the existing soul master system. Tian suddenly became very interested. In his eyes, the soul masters of Douluo Continent were the laziest group in the fantasy novels he had ever read. In other novel worlds, in addition to cultivating levels, the most important thing for monks is to cultivate martial arts. There are some profound secrets that many monks may not be able to master even after practicing for hundreds of years. As for Douluo Continent, as long as you hunt soul beasts and absorb soul rings, you can directly obtain soul skills, completely eliminating the need to practice martial arts. One day in the future, the soul beast will become extinct. What will the soul master do? As he continued to turn the pages, Tian increasingly agreed with the views in the book. But for some reason, as he turned further back, the handwriting became extremely sloppy, and he could no longer distinguish many of the words. With a long sigh, Tian quickly turned back the page, trying to find words he could understand. If you agree with my point of view, you can choose to learn the stunts I left behind. Oh, it's obviously not a soul skill, but those stupid guys insist on calling it a self-created soul skill. Forget it, let them be. After reading the words he understood, Tian quickly turned the pages. There are more than a dozen pictures drawn on the last page. Each picture represents an action, and there are text notes next to it. Martial arts, is this martial arts? Qitian's eyes widened, somewhat unbelievable. The pictures and text formats above were somewhat similar to some martial arts secrets he had seen on Blue Star in his previous life. However, those secrets are not impossible to learn. It's just that he is not physically fit enough and has no one to guide him, so he is often mistaken for a liar. Douluo Continent is a world with soul power. Perhaps the martial arts recorded in this book can really be realized. Little guy, which class are you in? The opening ceremony has already begun. Why are you still here? Hearing the voice, Tian came back to his senses and said, "Ah, teacher, I'll go right away." There was nothing special about the opening ceremony, it was basically the same as what Qitian remembered. However, Tang San and Yu Xiaogang did not return to the academy. After the opening ceremony, Qitian returned to Qisha, surrounded by Wang Sheng and others. When he left, he did not indicate that he was going to obtain the soul ring, but only said that he would be away for a few days. Since becoming a soul master, Qitian has been very sensitive to the soul power aura. Wang Sheng has an 8th level soul power, which is consistent with what he said before. And Xiao Wu, Qitian glanced at Xiao Wu. She was holding her head high and clenching her fists, as if she was planning to avenge the previous attack. Not bad. I have reached level 12 soul power. Keep working hard. Qitian said casually, then climbed out of the window and came to the open space in front of Qisha. He planned to verify the feasibility of the martial arts recorded in the book. After all, this is something of unknown origin, so you still have to be cautious when practicing it. He had previously asked Su Chongqing when he was leaving the opening ceremony. But the latter also didn't know the origin of this book. 12 level soul power, has the boss obtained a soul ring and become a soul master? Wang Sheng was stunned for a moment, and then showed a proud expression. He does not mean that. Xiao Wu frowned because Qitian was talking about her. Why is this guy's perception so strong? Is his soul power still superior to mine, that with full innate soul power, one can directly obtain soul rings? Xiao Wu roughly guessed that Qitian disappeared in the past few days to hunt for souls, but she was not idle either. In the past few days, she found a deserted place in the academy and successfully gathered her first soul ring. I thought I would surpass Qitian, but now it seems that I am still a little behind. Humph, when the mistress comes back, the two of us will teach you a lesson together. Xiao Wu turned away, filled with anger. Time passed quickly, and it was evening in a blink of an eye. It seems that the record in this book is true. This is a kind of self-created soul with body skills. Well, a self-created stunt. When punching, walking is very important. To become a boxing champion, he must have a set of physical skills. After an afternoon of exploration, Qitian successfully integrated his own movement skills with those recorded in the book. Once he reaches a great level of practice, he will definitely be even more powerful. Let's call this new movement technique Qingyun step. Xian smiled, and Qitian put the book into the soul guide. Just as he was preparing for his next move, he noticed that Tang San had appeared beside him at some point. "Oh Tang San, what are you looking at me doing?" Tang San said nothing and ran away angrily. He originally planned to show his soul ring in front of Qitian, but he gave up after learning about Qitian's situation from Xiao Wu. It's inexplicable. Ignoring Tang San, Qitian turned around and said to the window on the side, "Wang Sheng, please bring me a dinner. How much it costs, I'll give it to you later." After learning that Qitian had become a soul master, Wang Sheng worshipped him even more. How dare he disobey this small request? Seeing Wang Sheng's agreement, Qitian patted the soul guide on his wrist, and a sandbag was taken out. The system claimed that the sandbag could never be broken. He wanted to see what was special about this sandbag. Chapter 19 Conflict. You are listening at novelfull.audio. College life is always boring, but now Qitian, in addition to attending classes, is practicing boxing and honing his body skills. It has almost become a life of 2 points and 1 line. After learning that Qitian had broken through as a soul master, Wang Sheng spread the word in the academy. The senior school bullies headed by Xiao Qinyu have not had many conflicts with the work-study students in the past few days. After all, Xiao Qinyu is the son of the city lord. After a brief inquiry, he learned about Qitian's situation from Su Chongqing. Even his father would try his best to win over such a genius, so how could he dare to offend him? Of course, Wang Sheng also tried to use Qitian's name to cause trouble in the academy. After Qitian found out, he was beaten so hard that he couldn't get out of bed for 2 days, but he became more honest after that. All was well until there were no classes at Notting College in the afternoon. Qitian was practicing boxing when he suddenly heard Wang Sheng's anxious voice. The boss is in trouble. Third brother, sister Xiaowu, and the others are fighting with Xiao Qinyu. Wang Xing held his knees with both hands and gasped. During this period of time, Qitian and Tang San did not have much interaction. But as the boss of Qixia, he couldn't ignore this matter. Work-study students are a group that is easily bullied. If they fight on their own, those who bully them will only get worse. As the boss of Qixia, Qitian must be on Tang San's side. Otherwise, people's hearts will be scattered and it will be difficult to lead the team, but he wouldn't let Tang San take advantage of him in vain. Wang Sheng, where are they? Hao Shaoshan. Hearing this, Tian quickly ran over. As for Wang Sheng, he had no physical strength and could only stagger behind him. In the back mountain, Tang San protected Xiao Wu behind him. Xiao Qinyu, surrounded by his younger brothers, walked up to the crowd and said, "Are you Tang San?" Tang San said with an arrogant expression, "A man who doesn't change his name in business and his surname in office, I am Tang San." After obtaining the soul ring, under the guidance of Yu Xiaogang, he gained a new understanding of his martial soul. This gave him the confidence to face Xiao Qinyu. Xiao Qinyu looked ugly. Tang San had just finished his part-time job at the blacksmith shop not long ago, and he hadn't had time to change into his work clothes. A child from a blacksmith's family dares to be right when he does something wrong. Just now, their 6th grade students were doing outdoor activities. Lu Long was assigned the task of picking carrots grown in the college. Xiao Wu followed him quietly, stealing the carrot without saying anything. After being discovered, Lu Long just asked her to return the carrots. At most, he said that who was a bit unpleasant, but Xiao Wu relied on her own strength to injure Lu Long and even made rude remarks. As Xiao Qinyu's boss, he naturally has to take care of this kind of thing. You stole something and injured Lu Long. Even if this matter comes to Director Su, it will be our responsibility. Tang San, please be wise and compensate Lu Long for the treatment fee of 10 gold soul coins. This matter I can cancel it with one stroke. Xiao Qinyu said solemnly. He really didn't want to cause trouble for such a work-study student. His father told him a few days ago to find a way to contact Qitian and ask him out. If you start fighting with a work-study student now, it will be difficult to contact Qitian in the future. As for the cost of 10 gold soul coins, it was just enough to hire a low-level healing soul master to treat Lu Long. However, after Tang San became a soul master, he only received a soul master subsidy of 1 gold soul coin every month. There is no income from the part-time job in the blacksmith shop, but the boss only guarantees that he can eat meat for every meal. As for Xiao Wu, she spent all the money she had and could not save it. At this moment, the two of them only have 1 gold soul coin in total, so how can they compensate for it? Tang San was new to the world and didn't know that hiring a healing spirit master was expensive. You know, the purchasing power of a gold soul coin is very strong, enough to buy a lot of herbs for Lu Long. In his eyes, Xiao Qinyu's words were undoubtedly a big deal. Humph, it's obvious that he scolded me first, so I taught him a lesson. Is that wrong? Xiao Wu said confidently with her hands on her hips. Boss, Lu Long has been beaten to the point where he can no longer take care of himself. If he just wants to teach him a lesson, do he have to deal with such a heavy blow? I think they don't know how much they weigh, so they take advantage of the emergence of soul masters among the work-study students. I want to operate on you. One of the boys said angrily. Everyone was talking about it. Even if Xiao Qinyu didn't want to take action, he couldn't. A man, let your strength speak for itself. No matter you win or lose, you have to pay for the treatment, otherwise we will definitely report it to Director Su. Humph, Xiao San, don't stop me, let me tear his mouth apart. Xiao Wu angrily stepped forward. Tang San smiled and said, Xiao Wu, don't dirty your hands, just leave him to me. Taking 2 steps forward and standing still, Tang San's eyes sternly said, Xiao Qinyu, you usually bully us work-study students, and now you want to blackmail us by taking advantage of the large number of people. If Director Su knows about this, you won't be able to suffer the consequences. Let's go. While speaking, he did not forget to curse Wang Xing in his heart. This guy said he was going to scare someone, maybe he wanted to escape. If Tian got the news, with his speed, he should have arrived long ago. Let's make it clear, Tian and Wangxing don't want to help them. Xiao Qinyu is furious, not to mention he will graduate at the end of this year. With his father, how can the college expel him as long as he is not committing murder and arson? It's useless to talk too much, strength speaks for itself. As he spoke, Xiao Qinyu's body emitted a burst of green light, and his muscles began to swell, making him stronger than before. Xiao Qinyu, Martial Soul, Wolf, 11th level 1st level Battle Soul Master. A white soul ring then appeared at his feet. Tang San, Martial Spirit Bluesilver Grass, 13th level 1st level Battle Spirit Master. The one under Tang San's feet was a century-old spirit ring. When Xiao Qinyu saw this, his expression turned extremely ugly. As the son of the city lord, his first spirit ring was only a few decades old. Tang San was a child of a blacksmith, so why did he have a 100-year spirit ring? Although Xiao Qinyu is not the legitimate son and he cannot get much family resources, the 10-year soul ring is indeed low. Tian, who arrived at the scene early, analyzed in his mind, he had heard clearly the conversation between them just now. It was clear that it was Xiao Wu who started the trouble, and Tang San came to support him. In this case, there is no need for Tian to come out to help. Moreover, stealing college property is a very serious matter and may result in expulsion. Just ask Xiao Qinyu to report this kind of thing to Director Su. When the time comes, it depends on how Yu Xiaogang can protect Tang San, but before that, Xiao Qinyu would probably have to suffer a lot of physical pain. Tian looked behind him and saw that Wangxing was still some distance away, so he was not in a hurry to show up. Tang San's skill was nothing compared to Tian, but to Xiao Qinyu. Even if he released his soul skills, he was still no match for Tang San. In order to increase his presence in front of Xiao Wu, Tang San released his first soul skill at the last moment and wrapped Xiao Qinyu into a rice dumpling. Due to the paralysis of the toxin, Xiao Qinyu could not break free. His group of younger brothers even dispersed and disappeared in a flash. Chapter 20 Yu Xiaogang's Arrogance. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Seeing that the time was right, Tian walked out. Tang San, let go of him. Qitian. Before Tang San could speak, Xiao Wu's voice came out. Qitian, you guy, you only showed up after we defeated you, what do you mean? Seeing that Tang San was unmoved, Qitian quickly stepped forward and tore off the blue-silver grass wrapped around Xiao Qinyu's body with his bare hands. Tang San tightly wrapped the blue-silver grass around Xiao Qinyu's body, and the blue-silver grass also contained paralyzing toxin. If it were any later, Xiao Qinyu would probably suffocate and die. If it really gets to this point, things will get really big. Xiao Qinyu acted erratically, but the crime did not lead to death. Tang San's methods had already crossed the line. My blue-silver grass is extremely hard, how can he tear it apart easily, and it's not affected by poison? Tang San was wary. Tian's power seemed to exceed his imagination. Thank you. Xiao Qinyu thanked him in a weak voice, fell back and passed out. Putting him on the ground, Tian said with a serious expression, Wangxing, go and call Director Su. Now he has reached a level of personal safety, which we cannot handle. Wangxing heard Tian's words as soon as he ran over, and his eyes unconsciously looked at Xiao Qinyu on the ground. Normally, the academy would not take care of small fights, but Xiao Qinyu's whole body was swollen now, and yellow pus was flowing out from the wound punctured by the blue-silver grass. He looked like he was about to die soon. Wangxing was so frightened that he collapsed to the ground. If Tang San really killed someone, he would be in big trouble. Wangxing, how dare you? Xiao Wu's words were full of threats. Wangxing, go. Qitian emphasized again. As he spoke, he had activated his martial soul, and a yellow soul ring appeared at his feet. Humph, take the move. The first soul skill, waist bow. Xiao Wu raised her eyebrows and quickly launched an attack. To show his sincerity, Tang San cooperated with her to take action. The first soul skill. Qitian was about to fight back when suddenly a voice came over. Stop. Teacher. Tang San was surprised and happy. As an obedient and good boy, he quickly put away the Bluesilver Grass and stopped Xiao Wu at the same time. Just now, Yu Xiaogang was preparing to visit Tang San. On the way, they met Xiao Qinyu's younger brother running away. They kept saying killed someone one by one. After a brief inquiry, Yu Xiaogang found out that something was wrong. When he arrived here, he happened to encounter the scene just now. He walked up to Qitian and said with a serious face, "Qitian, you are the boss of the work-study students. The junior mistress was too harsh. Why didn't you stop it? Also, the junior mistress was bullied, why didn't you stand up?" As soon as he came up, he wanted to throw the blame to Qitian. "Wang Sheng, tell me, did you go back to call for someone just now?" Wang Sheng was already frightened to the point of despair. Regarding Yu Xiaogang's question, he responded with a lot of false positives. Yu Xiaogang grabbed Qitian's hand and angrily said, "Follow me to find Director Su and admit your mistake. Maybe I can intercede on your behalf." He had just seen Xiao Qinyu on the ground. With such an injury, once the academy held him accountable, Tang San would be in big trouble. But Qitian is just a child, forcing him to admit his mistake, and then step in to save him. Qitian will definitely be grateful to him and will take the opportunity to accept him as his disciple, but, despite all the calculations, he failed to calculate it. Today's 6th grade outdoor activities were arranged by Su Chongqing. His original intention was to let people like Xiao Qinyu improve their ability to collaborate with each other. He had no intention of intervening in the subsequent conflict. He guessed that Wang Sheng would definitely call Qitian over, and he just took this opportunity to test Qitian's ability to handle things. At the beginning, Qitian did not show up. Judging from everything that happened later, this was undoubtedly wise. Even if Xiao Qinyu is really dead, it is none of his business. And he didn't blindly favor his own people, but he understood the situation before drawing conclusions. Such a character is indeed rare at his age. Just now, if Qitian didn't relieve Xiao Qinyu from the restraints of Bluesilver Grass, he would have stepped forward. After all, a life was involved, and it was hard for him to deal with his old friend. "Xiaogang, put your thoughts away. I have seen everything just now. This matter has nothing to do with Xiaotian." Su Chongqing walked out of the woods nearby. Dean. Qitian felt warm in his heart. If Su Chongqing didn't show up, he would inevitably have a fight with Tang San's master and apprentice. Shifting the blame is just a moral issue. It's a bottom-line issue to pull people to take the blame. It is impossible for Qitian to compromise. Yu Xiaogang folded his hands in front of his chest, showing an arrogant and rude attitude. "Dean, if Qitian hadn't failed to handle the relationship with Xiao Qinyu and the others, how could the mistress have done such a heavy trick? I think, in the final analysis, this matter is because Qitian formed a clique, which led to conflicts among the students. And Xiao San is just trying to protect himself." Tang San understood what Yu Xiaogang meant. Together with Xiao Wu, he insisted that it was Xiao Qinyu and the others who took the initiative to provoke them, and said that Xiao Qinyu wanted to extort their money by taking advantage of the large number of people. Fortunately, Xiao Qinyu passed out, otherwise he would have been so angry that he vomited blood. "Xiaogang, I don't want to say it a second time. This matter has nothing to do with Xiaotian, let alone forming a clique. I have seen everything that happened, and I have my own conclusion. Now, Xiaotian, you and Wang Holi, take Xiao Qinyu to the infirmary. Tang San, Xiao Qing, and Xiaogang, follow me to the academic affairs office." Su Chongqing's tone left no room for denial. As the dean, he is the absolute authority within the college. Yu Xiaogang knew that he was in the wrong. If Su Chongqing used this as an excuse to kick him out of the college, he would really become homeless. After giving Tang San a look, they followed Su Chongqing's pace. After seeing them leave, Wang Xing stood up tremblingly and said cautiously, boss, third brother, and the others, I'm afraid they don't want to." Tian glared at him and said in a serious tone, "Did you already know that Xiao Wu stole the carrots and had a conflict with Lu Long again? The carrots here are all grown by the college. Do you know what the consequences will be if you steal college property?" After being deceived by him like this, Wang Xing couldn't stand it any longer and kept admitting his mistake, "Boss. Boss, I didn't think so much. I just didn't want third brother and the others to be bullied by Xiao Qinyu because of the large number of people and the small number of people. After all, this matter was not handled by Tian. He reprimanded, you must distinguish right from wrong when doing things. If others bully you, I can help you to stand up. But if you pick a problem on your own, handle it yourself. No one is allowed to help. Understand? Yet. Boss, I understand. Wang Xing lowered his head and responded in a low voice, soon, many teachers and students came to the back mountain after hearing the news. Seeing Xiao Qinyu's tragic situation, they all reprimanded Tang San for his atrocities. A teacher brought a stretcher, and Qitian and Wang Xing worked together to send Xiao Qinyu to the infirmary. Director Su paid a visit to Xiao Qinyu and brought a healing soul master from the city. After emergency treatment, Xiao Qinyu survived. However, Director Su did not stay long and immediately rushed to the academic affairs office.